Alrighty, you guys, welcome back to a brand new episode here on
The ankle.
Hey Amber.
Hello, honey. Welcome to my shit show.
So, you guys, I hope you were having a great Tuesday. Kind of just random, middle of the week, sort of. Thank you so much for tuning on in. We have a brand new upload from our girl. This one is called Major Health Scare, Why I Have Been Seeing Doctors Lately. And unless she gives a point blank period diagnosis, I don't care. All right. And to be honest, even if she does have a name for it, I don't really care either, because she hasn't been putting in any work or any effort. I should say that. She hasn't been putting in any effort into actually helping her health issues and whatnot. So I don't really care, y'all. This is just going to be like, the big C wasn't even enough to wake this girl up and get her on the right path. So, like, how do we think this is going to do? But anyways, I don't want to speculate too much. I'm hoping she's just going to say what it is, but if she doesn't, then, you know, there's that. But we will check the comments at the end, guys, so don't worry. And yeah, just thank you so much for tuning on in once again. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like and subscribe, become a channel member. And let's dive right on in, shall we? It's only like 9.5 minutes, so not too long.
Hey guys, welcome to a new
Hey, Amber. Let's turn you up, girl.
vlog. So today I have an appointment to get a CT scan.
Oh. Girly flop. That's not good. I remember the last time she said she needed a CT scan was also around the time that she was saying she was too big to get a CT scan, and she never lost the weight to be able to fit in the one that her doctor's office had back in Kentucky. So who knows, maybe this place has a better one, or maybe they sent her to the zoo. I don't know, but we'll see.
So I want to explain kind of what's been happening, but I feel like I need to do just a real quick backstory of when I was diagnosed with uterine cancer.
Oh my god. So we're just going to keep bringing this up now, being like, look, guys, like, look, I had it, okay? So you need to have sympathy for me. You guys aren't allowed to judge me on my cancer journey, okay? Eye roll.
So I get asked a lot, like, what was my biggest symptom of that? It was the fact that I bled for over 2 years.
And you never went to go see a doctor about it, so I don't really care. To be honest, like, that's absurd. That is absurd. And then you had the gall to blame Beck and say, oh, well, they didn't take it as seriously as they should have. Girl, it's your own cooch that's bleeding. Like, what the hell?
I never went to a gyno because I did go to the ER a couple times.
That doesn't matter. That's so not the same thing, girl. Oh my God. Okay. I just want to know, all of the women that listen, or, you know, everyone that owns that part, I want to know what y'all's faces were when you first found out that Amberlynn went nearly 30 years without seeing a gynecologist. Because anytime I tell that to a friend, male or female, they are mind blown. Like, they didn't even know that that was legally possible. Most people feel like you have to go see a gynecologist. I mean, truthfully, you don't have to. But, like, it's like not going to the dentist. Why would you do that? Especially, like, she was so young when symptoms and whatnot had to have started. Why wasn't she going to a gynecologist when she was in the foster care system? Why weren't they making her appointments for that? Like, it seems so crazy and odd that she would never have gone to a gynecologist. And you can't really say, she can't really blame it on the weight, because I have friends that are bigger than her that go to the gynecologist all the time. So, girl, I don't know if that's like self-destructive anxiety getting in the way, probably, but that just seems so absurd to me.
Actual doctor a couple times, and every single time I'd go, they would say, yeah, this isn't normal, but people your size have really weird and irregular periods.
Amber, don't blame it on the medical professionals as if they didn't do all that they could, okay? You show up once or twice a year complaining about this or that. How are they supposed to get any, like, long-term medical record on you, girl? Okay? Going into the ER every now and then is not the same as going to your checkups, all right? So that they can watch your health over a period of time. That's why you go consistently to a doctor, girl, so that they can see the pattern of your health and they will notice when it's in decline. But if you just go when things are bad, well, they don't know what your good and what your bad is. You need to consistently stick to these professionals.
And I was diagnosed with a UTI multiple times. So all of that.
Oh, girl, it was more than a UTI. UTI, bladder infection, kidney infection. Like, you were just full of infection.
I fed into my delusion and...
No, don't say that it was them feeding your delusions, girl. God, I hate her so much. She just loves to make every medical professional that she comes in contact with look like a complete idiot. And it's because she thinks they are.
It made it to where, like, the fear of going to a gynecologist was a lot stronger than me actually going. Long story.
Girl, what? I mean, sure, be afraid, but you would have just dropped dead. So how's that beneficial?
Short, I did have uterine cancer. I ended up getting a full hysterectomy, so I no longer have a menstrual cycle, so I don't bleed from down yonder. So if I ever notice blood from down yonder, something is wrong. So
not down yonder. Remember when she called it like Yanni or something? Like, what the fuck?
It was a little over 2 weeks ago. I went pee and I noticed.
Oh, Amber, girl.
There was blood in my pee. This is very...
That could be a UTI, correct? Like, it could just be a UTI. I don't want to, like, ring alarm bells right now.
Hard for me to talk about. I have cried a lot about this whole thing because I am scared. When I first saw it, I had so many memories flash back. Like, it was straight up.
Please don't show the photos, girl. Please don't. Oh my God. Please do not show the photos or the video that Beck took of all the blood on the hospital floor. My God.
As if I was back in that uterine cancer journey.
Okay. I mean, I understand that. I understand. But you have done nothing in the years since that to actually benefit yourself. So are we going to really sit here and have a cry party that, oh, the bad health things came back after you continued your bad health? Hello?
It hit me like this and I broke down. So after I calmed down a little bit, I realized, okay, you know what? This could be just a UTI. I ended up...
Okay, but how are you getting this UTI, girl? Because truth be told, I still don't believe that she is sexually active right now. I don't think Valentine, who we haven't heard of in a minute, so interesting about that. Valentine, I don't think is in the area. I don't think they're nearby. So there's that. Like, so what else could it be from, girl? You're not washing again. I mean, you're going on probably like, I don't know, however long you've lived there without washing. So maybe that's why she goes over to grandma's.
Talking to my closest friends who have had UTIs. And
well, girl, you've had UTIs too, all right? Shut up.
I was like, what were you guys' symptoms? Like, I was scared, obviously. And of course, I went on to the Google.
Amber, the last thing you should do. Oh my God.
And everywhere and everyone was like, yeah, you know, a little bit of blood in your urine, totally normal for a UTI. But like, I was having no other symptoms. Like, I had no pain, nothing. So I immediately knew, okay, I need to go to a doctor. Let's get this tested. Let's get put on some antibiotics, get this figured out. So I called around to a...
She's trying to seem like she's so, you know, forthcoming and ahead of the ball when it comes to her health. But she let herself get to this point again. So girl, what's this proactive behavior about now?
Couple doctors, and one of them was like, we don't have an appointment open until next year. I was like, did I hear you wrong? Oh, didn't.
Amber, That's how some places are, okay? You need to find like a medical center or facility. I don't know.
Hear them wrong.
You're looking for specialists, girl, when you can just go to your basic, like, healthcare practitioner. But the issue is, once again, she does not trust healthcare workers at all. At all. Unless they are behind, like, this giant paywall.
Literally next year.
And then even then, she still thinks they're all incompetent.
With new patients, it's very different, which I don't understand, like, the concept. Like, there's
well, girl, I mean, hello. People that have been going to that doctor their entire lives are very obviously going to take priority. I know that when I go to the doctor, I get first priority for mine because the specialist I see is the lady that delivered me. Like, she has been my doctor my entire life. My dentist has been my dentist my entire life. Like, when you are that steady with your healthcare practitioners, you get first priority. The issue is you want to just hop in off of the street whenever you're not feeling well. That's the issue, girl.
only certain spots open for like new patients versus like doctors who have seen the same patient over and over. I don't understand it.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't, girl, because you just want to be able to pop in, have them look at your nasty infected and then go on about your day. That's all you want. There are people that take their health much more seriously, and of course you can't even fathom that.
I'm not meant to. Long story short, every doctor that I called, they're like, yeah, you can be seen in like a couple months from now. Like, there was none that was like urgent, and this felt urgent to me.
Oh, so let me guess, she's been going to the ER again.
I am a woman that has blood in her pee after
Amber, eye roll at the trying to attach yourself to the whole I'm a woman in need. I'm a damsel in distress. I am a woman. Why is no one helping me? That's what it's giving.
uterine cancer and a full hysterectomy 4 years ago. Like, that felt urgent to me. So since I wasn't
well, of course it did.
able to make a doctor,
it's so urgent to you. But the 4 years leading up to this, girl, you didn't do jack shit to help your health at all. So again, I kind of don't want to hear it.
appointment, I did go to immediate care. They took my urine sample.
Of course she did.
And
we should have known.
I had no bacteria in it. I have no UTI. It shows no signs of anything. So I explained to them, I did move to Oklahoma in October.
Don't we think like this is a stark difference from the first time that she announced she had the big C? Because I think that's what we're getting to. Not gonna lie. I've speculated for a long time now that she still has it and she just never got it figured out because she never got scanned to see if it had spread. So,
I have not gotten a doctor yet. I did not make that a priority for myself, and I should have.
Yeah, okay. So that negates all of the talking you've done so far.
I understand that. So immediate care gave me a card for a doctor that probably would be willing to see me soon. So I was like, okay. So I ended up going home.
All right. Listen, I'm not necessarily upset that she just went and got a referral, okay? Like, I'm not.
Calling, make an appointment, and I did see that doctor. I took another urine test, and again, it came back with no bacteria, nothing wrong, like no UTI. And that's when
that's scary, girl.
Topic of cancer came up. And the only way for them to see if it is cancer is if I get a CT scan, which is what I'm going to do today. Obviously, there's also a chance that it's literally just kidney stones. I have had
literally just, girl, eye roll. Ooh.
Kidney stones in the past, but normally when I've had kidney stones,
when has she talked about having kidney stones before, dude? I mean, I believe it. I believe it. But like, I feel like we would have heard about that. Maybe I'm missing something in the timeline, but those are painful, dude. Those are painful.
Did have pain. So the CT scan is actually going to be looking at my pelvis and my abdomen. So the
girl, you need to get your lungs checked too. All that Delta 8, that can't be helping.
Did tell me, I am going to put you on some antibiotics because you could have an infection that our urine test just is not picking up. So that is the reason why I'm on antibiotics.
See, I had a feeling it wasn't actually an infection. So it's just a safe measure. essentially.
I'm terrified, to say the least. I have broke down a lot because of this, and
So we don't even know for sure yet. So if we get a random quick little clip of her bawling her eyes out again, we know what's up. And to be fair, I try to not be like insensitive in that moment because I'm sure it's very scary if she's actually going through it. And the way she cried in that first video, I definitely think she was told something like precancerous cells, and I think that back then would have been enough to send her into a spiral. So who knows? We just gotta wait and see, I guess, you guys. I feel like things are going to start getting dark.
Actively feel myself disassociating. Right now, I just feel
I can imagine, girl.
numb. I feel completely numb, and I know that if I wasn't in this like numb space, then I would be bawling my eyes out right now. But I think I feel
Well, I think you should still be concerned, girl. It's not necessarily looking good.
safer in this weird disassociative area, because when I'm
I mean, I can see why you would feel safer, girl, but maybe you need to address that. That sounds therapy related, like much of the stuff you bring on here. I would talk to a therapist about that. Truly, truly would.
like breaking down about something that I'm extremely worried about and something that I don't know the answers to and that I currently can't control. I feel unaware of my surroundings, really. And I think right now I just need to be strong. I
Side eye. I'm wondering where this rant's going.
need to go through the motions of what I need to do to figure out what this issue is so I can get it resolved. So I
Valid.
can figure out a solution. I still remember.
Well, a solution definitely would be lose some damn weight. No wonder you have to go on the Ozempic stuff, girl. You need to drop the weight. Like, you just need to. My gosh. I mean, granted, well, I think if she lost the weight, she would have been more proactive about her health in reality because she'd be a little bit less concerned about it. But to be fair, she has done horrible damage to herself. So even if she loses a bunch of weight, the damage is still going to be there and you're still going to have to like recuperate from that.
Sitting there in immediate care and them coming back and telling me it was not a UTI, because I really believed that it was. And when they told
Well, I'm sure you did, girl. You did your hard research on Google.
me that it wasn't, again, it was just like flashback after flashback after flashback of
Okay, well, you kind of got yourself back to that point again, Amber, so...
everything I went through before I was finally diagnosed with uterine cancer. I just kept
Finally, ew.
going back and forth, like, do I want to tell you guys about this? Like, I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed, but
Well, I mean, hello, you've done it to yourself again, girl.
it's also like, there are things that
You could have really made a difference after the first go, but you didn't, okay? You stayed around the same weight. So, how are we really supposed to feel bad for you? I mean, I get it, I do. I'm sympathetic, but I don't necessarily feel bad for you.
your body does that you are not in control over. And I know a lot of people
You're in control of checking your health and doing the best that you can to make it better, girl. The hell are you talking about?
are like, this happened to you because your weight, this is your weight's fault, this is your weight's fault. Not everything is because of my size and because of
Amber, do you think you would have given yourself uterine cancer by the age of 29, 28 or so if it wasn't because of your weight? If you were a quote-unquote normal weight range, even still a little bit heavier, do you think that that would have happened to you? Probably not.
my weight. So it's hard to come on here and feel like a normal human because I get so much like, this is your fault, this is your fault.
Well, Amber, you didn't do anything. The doctors told you you need to be below a certain weight before we can move on to the next step. And you never did it. You stopped going to that doctor, and 4 years later, look at where we are. Whose fault is that? Okay? That's not just like, oh, just Mother Nature, the chance of God. No, that's you, girl. That was all you. So sorry if you don't want to take accountability. but we're all like, unless, it's an early age thing, we are all kind of accountable to our own health. And even if whatever we have is not our fault, you're still accountable for how you manage it. Hello?
Sometimes it's just literally not my fault. I have fully
Like, how is it not your fault, girl? Hold on. Scratch whatever I was about to say. I want to
taken the responsibility of me getting uterine cancer to begin with. Like, that is completely my fault. I have had...
Okay, so everything leading after it would therefore also be your fault, girl. Okay? You haven't done anything to better yourself. How do you think this isn't your fault?
Health professionals tell me, no, it isn't your fault.
Well, no, duh, girl. They're being nice. Sorry, but some people just have to say things to say it and be nice.
But it's like when you look at it and you figure out, why did I get this? It is my fault.
Facts.
And I would have never gotten it if it wasn't for my size.
Okay. So I just ranted for a whole lot of nothing, but still, my point stands.
And that's something that I hold on to all the time. The guilt.
Oh, girl. Oh, my God. Okay, well, now it's the pity party of, I feel so guilty. Shut up. Don't sit here and cry for yourself. This is your issue, Amber. You sit here and you cry for yourself instead of just sucking it up and doing better. Okay? Like, my God. You don't even have to sit there and be like, I gave myself cancer. Just be like, I had cancer. I'm going to do what the doctor said so it doesn't happen again. Or so if it does happen again, I can drastically handle it differently. Like, hello? I don't know how her brain works like this at 33 years old. Just a pity me, pour me another one. She would.
I feel about that is powerful. I can't blame everything on my size because not everything is my size's fault.
Well, girl, you didn't lose any weight between the last cancer scare and this one. So how is it not your weight's fault? If it was your weight's fault the first time, how is it not the second time?
At bigger people and dismissing them constantly.
I ain't dismissing that you have a serious health issue, girl. But I am saying, like, your issue is because of your weight. And you need to... Taking accountability would be finally putting down the fork or doing what you need to do, okay? Like, Ozempic was really working for you, and you decided to stop it out of nowhere. Hello? So whose fault is it?
For whatever reason, it's because of their weight. It isn't fair, and it is, in a way, dehumanizing.
Oh my God, Amber, shut up. Shut up.
I'm not ignorant. I'm not unaware of the fact that, like, being larger does cause a lot of health problems. It truly does. That is why I've never been health at every size. I don't...
Yes, you were. Girl, shut up.
Believe that you can be...
Oh, are we going to forget about the... You're healthy, but you are obese. Are we just going to completely forget about that? Okay. You went right along with it.
Size and be healthy. But I do believe that bigger people, such as myself, we do experience illnesses or sicknesses that isn't directly caused by our weight. So,
girl, this is potato, all right? Like, what the hell are we on about right now? Girl, not to sound insensitive at all, but this is like if someone with AIDS gets extremely ill and then they say, oh, well, they died from this, but as complications because of AIDS. Amber, that's exactly what they would say about you. Like, yeah, I guess technically you wouldn't die from that specifically, but it's from complications of that. So, yes, I don't know how her brain justifies and jumps through the hoops that it does just to make herself feel better.
Hopefully that makes sense. And
not a single ounce.
that was like a big reason why, like, I didn't want to come on here and talk about this because so many people dismiss me and the things that I go through just automatically.
Once again, I don't think I've been dismissive of the things that you go through. I'm just trying to, keep some accountability here.
Like, whether it's
because I have a feeling a lot of people, this is like the touchy subject for the community. And while I agree, we should go about it in sort of a respectful way. I understand that. Respecting someone doesn't mean not holding them accountable. Like what? Side eye.
Stuff, mental health stuff, just like day-to-day life stuff. I'm just like constantly dismissed and judged because of my size.
Well, Amber, day-to-day stuff, you need to get out of the house, girl. You're bored, okay? That's what it is. You are bored. You literally have cabin fever. You need to get out of the house. You need to have a life for yourself. But the issue is you don't want that. So here we are.
Like, it goes on to like simple things like Amberlynn doesn't shower because of her size, or
Well, I mean, it's partial to your size, but it's also because we've seen how big that shower is. So, there's no way you're getting to the undercarriage in there, girl.
Amberlynn doesn't walk her dog because of her size, or Amberlynn doesn't clean her house because of her size. Like,
It's not necessarily just because of your size, girl. But we know that your size is the factor into why you don't do those things. It's also your proven decade-long history of you don't like to do these things. You make other people do it for you. So, therefore, we don't believe you are capable of doing it for yourself. You've documented that plenty of times, girl. You can't even put on a freaking twist tie for bread. That's how incapable you are. So, like...
Like, I have never given
I said this wasn't going to be a long video, and I've just ranted for 30 minutes.
any indication. Yes, 4 years ago, for sure. 2019. Wait, that's literally 5 years now. 2019, 5 years ago, yes. Like, those things were close to virtually impossible for me at the time. Then, like...
You were very lazy.
I have shown my...
You had more accessibility to outside in 2019 than you do now, girl. You really did. You had your own yard. You had your own house that you could just hang around, and you never did that. I mean, you did sometimes, but not often. I can't wait till we get to the Beck era and the Big Cherry Retro Reacts. It's going to take a while, you guys. A long time till we get there. But I'm excited for when we do.
Growth. I have shown myself walking Twinkie. We have walked a mile together multiple times.
I don't necessarily believe it.
I recorded a couple times.
Why don't... A couple times? That's the only times you've done it, girl. What? If she had done it more than that, we would have heard about it.
I talk about my showering. I talk about my cleaning. I talk about all these things. I've shown myself doing these things. And just because of my size.
No, Amber, it's because of your long proven history, okay? Stop saying it's just because of your size, all right? Maybe the people that come in and see you fresh, like, don't really know all the deep details about you. Maybe they come on and, yeah, they just see a quote-unquote fat person, so obviously all the stereotypes are true. That's not necessarily the case, but you are the perfect stereotype of what a fat person is. You've proven that yourself. You can't blame anyone but yourself for what you have shown.
People assume that I can't do these things, and that's just really unfair. I didn't want this video to be about
unfair, yet she's the one that showed it, so...
my weight or my size, but I think that's something that's just like really, truly heavy on my
Yeah, that's what's heavy.
Mind and
sorry, I had to.
In my heart right now, because no matter what I talk about, it could literally be anything. No matter what I talk about on this channel, somehow the reaction I receive is always weight-based. It's always about my size.
Not true. Not true. A lot of your interest, it's more so about like how annoying you are, how childish you are. Like, I don't think your Legos addiction has anything to do with your size, to be honest, or your shopping addiction. Like, when we discuss those things, your weight is hardly ever brought up about it unless you're scooting around in one of the mobility scooters. So, like, girl, there's plenty of times where you're not judged on your size, you're judged on your character. And you think because people judge you on your character, they're really judging you on your size. But it's not the case.
I do talk about my weight a lot on this channel. I'm about to start a new Ozempic journey. That's something that I'm always going to
I'm hoping you frickin' stick with it this time, dude.
Talk about, but that doesn't mean that every single thing that I do in my life is directly a cause of my size.
Not everything, but a decent amount, girl. A decent amount. The reason that you don't go out and like get a job. Hello.
Want to be a person with so many things about them, and one of them just being that I'm super morbidly obese.
No, don't say, but instead, you guys only see that. Amber, you only see yourself as a super morbidly obese person. If you saw yourself as anything but that, you would go out and do things. You wouldn't care what other people thought or how much it hurt. You know, you would just go do it because you wanted to, but you don't. And that is a very key part in all of this.
That I feel like the internet makes me just a super morbidly obese person with nothing else about her.
Well, you've kind of made that for yourself, girl. I mean, let's be real. Other than writing in your journal and doing Legos, what more personality does this girl have? Sorry. I'm sorry, but like she doesn't have any hobbies that really ultimately produce something. You know what I mean? And I don't believe that she's actually writing. Like,
only ever seen for my size. I don't think anybody should ever be just seen because of how they look. I will forever.
It's not how you look, girl. It's how you act.
Be more.
So you're coming on here asking for us to feel sympathetic for you, that you might have cancer. You're baiting cancer to your audience now, but you're going to then shame us and say that we only think of you as this big fat girl? Okay. That seems very condescending.
Than someone who is 500 pounds. Things happen to me not because of my size, but because I'm simply human. And we all...
Girl, eye roll.
All are. And we need to learn how to respect each other and stop invalidating and dismissing what people are going through. My God, I feel like I could...
Saying it's because of your size isn't invalidating it, girl. It really isn't. It's just stating a fact. Why does that trigger you so much?
Ramble on forever. I don't know where this video, completely took a turn. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, you went towards shaming your audience once again for you giving yourself cancer once again.
Story short, I'm about to go to a CT scan. I'm about to start a vlog for you guys.
Oh, it's gonna be a dark one.
I knew this was gonna be long-winded, so I wanted it to be its own separate thing. And I just want to end this video with, I get it, I'm fat. I know. And it has caused me a lot of issues in my life. But instead of assuming that whatever I'm going through is because of my size, let's figure out what the issue is first, and then we can figure that out. I'm sorry for that little mini rant.
I mean, sure, girl. Yeah, let's figure this out.
I guess it really was just bothering me. I know my words probably aren't gonna matter so much. They usually don't, but I think it just feels better that it's off of my chest. Anyways, I will...
Girl, you know what would feel even better? 300 pounds off.
See you guys in my next video. Bye.
Good Lord. Good Lord. So it's our fault. It's our fault, you guys. Always. Mama, you didn't prioritize your health care until an emergency again. You haven't grown at all, but I hope you do soon. If she's got time. Girl, it's not even about your size. You actively have not done any follow-up care after the big C was removed because you felt like it was gone. After all of the health problems you have had, why haven't you made the necessary changes? What if you need an MRI? You have never followed up with the oncologist either. Exactly. And she wants us to have sympathy. So you didn't follow up after your full hysterectomy and being on the wrong medication for years, and now you're upset that people are blaming you for your own health problems? Most normal humans aren't 500 plus pounds. That's also true. Ignoring bleeding for 2 years, she doesn't know how much luck she had that it didn't spread, and learned nothing from it. Changed nothing, no progress. It's a shame. Eats a bucket of toxic waste. It's not my fault, guys. No sympathy here. You have done absolutely nothing to better yourself physically and probably most importantly, mentally. You've continued to glorify your eating habits and act smug about it in the process. And look where it ended her. Why didn't you get the confirmation scan after your hysterectomy though? You never got it. Since 2020, girl, you done had time. No sympathy from me. I'm not saying girl all that. People see more than your size. We see someone who is abusive to their partners and dishonest with their audience. True that, Sandra. How many times do you need to be scared? True. Wow, who would have thought being 600 pounds for years and eating fast food every day could take a toll on your health? Didn't see that coming. I've restarted this twice and I still don't even know what's going on. Like, there's a lot of speaking going on, but not a lot of pertinent information. I can't focus. It's background noise at this point. That's why I pause so much, y'all. I really can't make it that far and without having something to say. It's not your fault, girl blob. It's Becky's fault. Yo. I shouldn't laugh, but that's actually hysterical. Weird. It's like you don't prioritize your health and you're feeling the consequences. I'm just not a look after my health kind of girly pop. We told you to get the scan after your hysterectomy and you didn't want to get one. So, girl, this is your fault again. Back in 2019 at your heaviest, you were way more active, going to a mini golf, Pride, different cities to eat, and now you say, oh, I was pretty much bedbound back then. I'm 100% sure that 5 years from now, you're going to say that you were so delusional in 2024 and everything was a lie. I don't think she has 5 years from now, if we're being very honest. The more you say you do something, i.e. shower, clean, etc., the more we all know the opposite is true. You told us you showered every day back in 2019, then came out and said you were bucket bathing for a year. A year! I cannot fathom. And that's not the first time. I mean, that is, I think, the first time she was bucket bathing, but I think Beck was making her do that. She has gone months without showering in the past, and she didn't do that much. She did a whore bath, which is just wiping your pits and your crotch with a wet washcloth. Nasty. Amber should get her picture next to Delulu in the dictionary. You just don't get it, do you? She never will. She never will. Even when, death is looking her right in the face, she'll never get it. You can only be embarrassed and ashamed so many times. You're in the same boat as Chantal. When you're a bigger person, health issues happen fast and go downhill fast. You need to take accountability for not taking care of yourself. It's not just because of your size. It's the crap you're putting into your body. You should know this by now. Stop playing the damn victim and take pride and take control of your life before it's too late. Girl, with peace and love, no. Take this as a lesson. In moments like this, I'm sure you realize the importance of health, but you only seem to realize it now because it's scary. Let's focus on our health at all times, even when we're doing okay, because then maybe things like this wouldn't happen so often. Hello, it's heavy. Yo. Drink water. Your poor kidneys need water, not diet soda, not sports drinks, water. Please go seek out a therapist. Reliving trauma like that is so detrimental to your mental health and really should be worked through with a professional, right? Not just sitting there feeling numb to it all. I don't understand this. I'm not meant to. I wish she'd have the self-awareness in other areas of her life. Even the big C didn't scare you to make life changes, so I have high doubts you will this time. Exactly. Amber, you don't pee from your uterus. Yo. Yeah, I don't think she's been back to a gyno. Do you have a calendar where you plan out health arcs? Do you happen to share that calendar with Chantal? They're in the same loop, y'all. I will never be more than someone who is 500 pounds. The sad thing is, Amber, you're allowing your size to be the reason you'll eventually pass away, and you will forever be known as the girl who died for being 500 pounds. Make a change. Remember when you lied about being assaulted? We do. Ooh. Ooh. 404 sympathy bone not found. Alright, you guys, this is long enough. Good lord. We just got right into it, huh? Anyways, thank you so much, especially if you stuck around this long. I truly do appreciate you. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. For sure, I'm very interested to hear. Like and subscribe, become a channel member. I'm going to get this edited and sent right out for you guys. Hope you are having a great day once again, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.